Here we have a new 2027 Chevrolet Equinox. Now this one comes in the LT trim level, front wheel drive model. Radiant red tint coat is the paint, and then we have black cloth interior. The powertrain consists of a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that's now mated with an 8-speed automatic transmission across all models. Front end here, we get our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights. Like the front faces of the Equinoxes though, I just think they came a long way since they got their refresh. Down here to the wheels, these are gonna be 17-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front doors. Door panel here, power door lock controls. We have our power mirror controls there. One touch up and down the driver's side window, express down on the other 3 doors. Electronic parking brake, auto stop toggle, automatic brake hold toggle, and then you have your hood release. This one does include the all-weather floor mats. You get a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And then here's the 6-way manual driver's seat. But I want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But there are all the fuel economy numbers, parts content. You can pause or rewind if you want to take a closer look at anything. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. So we're gonna check out the rear seat room. So sitting back here, pretty ample space for the segment. You get seat back pockets on both sides, love that. 2 USB-C charge ports, have a little storage tray down there, the AC vents. There's a look at the front from back here. You get LED reading lights throughout. Middle seat does fold down. Seatbelt's in the way. And then bottle holders are there. Then you have your grab handle here. If you want to hang a shirt or pair of pants on there, you can. And if you want to access the child locks on either door, lock, unlock there. Fuel filler takes regular just fine. And then as we come around to the back end here, we do get full LED tail lights. So look underneath. And then we do have a manual lift gate. But there's a look at the cargo space. Pretty good space, I think. Top tethers for the car seats are integrated on the back of the seats themselves. And then you do have a 12-volt right here if you want to use that. And you can lift this up. And then you have access to a spare tire right there. Now to the rear passenger side. If you want to fold the seat down, you just press this button in here. Folds flat. You can run longer objects through to the front. Pretty easy to pop the seat back into place. And then you do have your lower latch anchors behind these covers here. Now to the front passenger seat. This is a manual 4-way, so you can adjust the seat back here, and then the seat bottom forward and back there. A little run through storage tray underneath where the typical shifter would be. And then we have our owner's manual there. Now as we come back around to the front end, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And then before we hop in the driver's seat, just gonna show off the blinkers. But hopping back in. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. We do have heated side mirrors with blind spot monitors. Now over here to the radio, let's go right to the audio. So we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth. We also have an Apple Music app, Google News, USB port, and then wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. You can click your vehicle status here. You can see things like oil life, tire pressure monitors, and all of that. Or you can go into each of these sub menus and kind of see things for maintenance, the gauges, and then you have a trip meter as well. Now with the Google Assistant system, you can get access to Google Maps if you want to use that with a subscription and use the Google Assistant itself for voice recognition, searching things, and things of that nature. But your vehicle settings here, they include your teen driver, rear seat reminder, and buckle to drive. And if you scroll down to your system settings here, you can change your language and then your units of measurement there. And your controls, your power window lockouts there, your camera, traction control, park assist, rear automatic braking, and you always have a shortcut for your headlamps there if you want to use those. They are on the screen, but you can set them to auto, and about 99% of the time, that'll be all you need. Backup cameras there. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You can also toggle those on or off there, and your rear automatic braking and your parking sensors as well. You can do that. And then down here, you get 3-stage heated seats for the front. Cut the whole system on or off for your AC. Fan directions there. Fan speed is here. Temperature is there. You have a USB-C, USB-A duo there. You want to plug that directly into the radio. Pretty ample storage space here and here. And then you can use this knob to go through your drive modes. And you have snow and ice and normal. And you can just turn the knob one way or the other there. Bottle holders. And then your center console cubby space, you do have a removable tray there. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. Now hazards are here. You also have OnStar. And then your vanity mirror. Back up front, left side stalk, blinkers, fluid for the front, wipers, and then your rear wipers there with the fluid, and your high beams. And your shifters on the column, right side, hit the brake, neutral, reverse, drive, and then you have your low mode here. You can press that and then use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to work the limiter there if you want. And then you just press in here for park. And behind the steering wheel on the left side, you can toggle your track list, radio station presets there. And then on the right side, volume up and down. Now you do get standard adaptive cruise here with the LT, so you can just turn that on or off there. And then once it's on, hold this cancel button to go between the adaptive and the regular cruise. Now whether you're in adaptive cruise or not, you can use this to toggle the forward collision alert gap there. Set your speed here. And then your heated steering wheel toggles there. This will change your gauge faces. You can use this to scroll through your radio station favorites and whatnot on the right side. And then you can mute and activate Bluetooth there, voice recognition, and then this can go through your audio sources themselves. But we're in transport mode now, so I can't show you the different gauge faces. I think you get 4, 5, 6 different options. One of them shows Google Maps and, you know, just different ways the layout can be configured. Push button start. And then finally, here is the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2027 Chevrolet Equinox LT out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Equinox here, it's very interesting that we get the 8-speed with the front wheel drive model. So I'm curious to see how that drives compared to the 6 speeds here. That's probably the biggest change between the 26 and 27 LT front wheel drive, which is probably the biggest seller in the Equinox lineup. Just kind of mid-range in terms of the price point, features, and things of that nature. Now the 1.5 still, it does its job. You know, you're getting 25 city, 29 highway in terms of the fuel economy. Not overly quick, but again, it does what it's supposed to do. So I won't be able to stop. I'm gonna give it a little pull here. Here we go. So again, it gets the job done. It's not overly fast, not overly loud. But I want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But overall, I think you know, a pretty solid SUV. Ride quality is good. Sound acoustics in here are good. And overall ease of driving here is pretty good as well. But just overall relaxing. It's one of the reasons these are such good commuter cars. A lot of fleets use them because there's a lot of space to haul gear, things of that nature. Again, easy to drive, good on fuel, but it's just an overall solid vehicle on paper when it comes to the cargo space, the interior space for the passengers, the fuel economy, the performance. All of it is just again, it's good for a commercial fleet vehicle, or if you're just trying to save money and you don't necessarily want to go down to a four-door sedan. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, this one's sticker is, I think, $32,464. I'm glad we get the 8-speed automatic. I feel like that just helps in terms of fuel economy, the overall driving experience. And, you know, it's nice to have the 8-speed in a vehicle like this. The outgoing 6 speeds on the front wheel drive models, it just kind of felt behind. I liked how it drove, but you just get used to these higher, I guess, gear transmissions, 8-speed, 9-speed, 10-speed, and you're like, you know, you just expect that in a new vehicle. So I'm glad GM was finally like, just put in all of them. But in terms of having that, I feel like it makes it worth more money than it was with the 6-speed. I love that we have the standard adaptive cruise control here. The wireless CarPlay, Android Auto hasn't been taken away. And, you know, having heated seats is nice as well. But like I said earlier, it's just it's a solid vehicle if you're looking for an SUV. You don't want to go over 40 grand. You're kind of just trying to get, again, a mid-size 2-row SUV that's not too flashy. It's not doing too much, but it does everything you need it to. And that's what a lot of people are looking for, especially with this economy, with the fuel prices the way they are. They want something that's easy to maintain, inexpensive to maintain, and inexpensive to operate overall, whether you're talking about oil changes, fuel prices, tires, things of that nature. But I mean, GM, they're always kind of weird, I feel like, when it comes to the market. I think a lot of people want these SUVs, and you know, they're not necessarily luxurious. They took away the 2-liter turbo 4, and that disappointed a lot of people, specifically on that higher trim level. But I feel like they lost a lot of that market to themselves with the Cadillacs anyway. So they were like, why even keep doing this with the XT4s? But 33 grand, you get what you pay for. I think you can expect to pay at only 33 grand sticker for a turbo 4 and, you know, relatively basic interior, but still, I think, overly nice. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2027 Chevy Equinox LT.